Welcome back, students, to the fourth part of Political Science, Chapter 5, India and Other Countries. In this class, we will be talking about the countries which is far away from India, like America, Russia, European nations, the continent of Africa, the Indo-Pacific area, and West Asia. So let's begin our class. India and America. India and America are two powerful nations who have democratic political systems. In the first part, we have talked about India and China. Though China is very powerful country, but there is no democratic government, as we can see in India. Right from the beginning, America was India's most important trading partner. Many Indians went to America for education or work. So we are having many Indians who are working in America because there is good living condition over there. After the end of Cold War, after 1991, the military relations between India and America have increased on a large scale. But before 1991, India was having slightly good relation with Russia, that is USSR. Before Cold War, Pakistan is supported by America and India by Russia. But after 1991, India established good relation with America. After India accepted free market economy, the speed of economic progress slowly increased. So what is free market economy? Before 1991 in India, we have to bring some foreign product, so we have to give tax to Indian government. And after 1991, India government has removed the tax restriction. So many countries started trade with India. In 1998, under the leadership of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, India has conducted nuclear test. That time, there were tension in between India and America. India successfully tell that we have conducted nuclear test for our safety. Because of this tension has reduced between India and America, and now we are having good relation with America. In 2005, there was a civil nuclear agreement. India and America signed a deal. America helped India to make nuclear energy. In last 5 years, we have good relation between India and America. Now, India and Russia. India and Russia have always shared friendly relation. Before 1989, Russia was called as Soviet Union. In 1971, India and Soviet Union friendship treaty signed, and during 1971 war between India and Bangladesh, Russia supported India. India got cooperation from Russia in defense and technology. After 1996, Indo-Russian relations began to improve slowly. India and Russia together built projects related to production of military equipments and mineral oil. Now, India and European nations. India is having good relation with European nation. There are trade relations between European nation and India. Especially Germany and France invest on a large scale in the field of technology in India. Apart from this, India gets the technology of production of weapons from European nations. France supply Rafale fighter plane to India. India is a major exporter in the field of engineering and information technology. So India also export the engineering product and information technology, that is IT sector. Both the objectives of firmness on free trade. Both countries, that is European and India, supporting free trade, that is tax barrier free. India and European nations are cooperating in other areas as well. Several treaties, that is agreement, has been signed in the field of climate change, clean energy, that is using wind or nuclear energy, defense production, security of airspace and terrorism. This cooperation is very important from the point of view of India's development. If you want to develop India, India helps from European countries is must. Now, India and the continent of Africa. India has consciously taken step to build cooperation between India and the continent of Africa. Africa is good in natural sources. Africa is emerging market, so India can supply in future. Africa will become a potential market, so India can make good relation with Africa. Many countries in Africa are developing rapidly. India has shows its readiness to help in the all-round development of African youth. India has also agreed to give economic help and even grants to bring about development in different areas like technology, agriculture, tourism, etc. India's energy need can be fulfilled by the energy-rich countries like Egypt, Nigeria, and Sudan. India is making efforts to increase trade with Africa. The Summit Conference of India and Africa was held in 2015 and the representation from all 54 African nations attended it. In this conference, discussions were held on many global issues, for example, climate change. Where there is desert, rainfall occurs. Like India, in Africa also many terrorist attack. Now India and Indo-Pacific area. This is Indo-Pacific area. You can see in the picture Indian Ocean and Pacific areas countries. The Indo-Pacific areas includes countries like Japan, Australia, New Zealand and the Southeast Asian nations. Those are the countries in Indo-Pacific areas like and other countries which have located here. All of this having close trade relations with India. Many companies there have invested money in India. Japan is helping to make bulletin, and then there are different countries of Indo-Pakistan area who invest their money in India. Treaties have been signed between India and Australia about social security, extradition of criminals, that is, if India's criminal is in Australia, so government of Australia arrest over them, so they sign a agreement with India that the criminal of India has to hand over to India. Japan cooperated with India in basic facilities, economic cooperation, information technology, atomic energy, and railways. Japan has agreed to extend cooperation and technological help to India in the development and security of coastal areas. Joint naval exercises are carried out between the navies and coastal guards of both the countries. Now, India and Southeast Asia. There is 10 countries, the organization called ASEAN. India has have very cordial relations with Southeast Asian nations like Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, Thailand, Myanmar, Vietnam, Cambodia, etc. These are all parts of Southeast Asia. After 1991, India changed its economy policy and adopted a free market economy. After that, the trade relation with Southeast Asian nations have grown. The policy of increasing trade with Southeast Asian nations is known as the Look East policy. But after 2014, that is when Narendra Modi's government, the policy was changed to Act East policy. We will not only look but act, that is come together and talk to Southeast Asia. And the last one is India and West Asia. The West Asian countries are primarily suppliers of mineral oil and natural gases. So these are the countries: Saudi Arab, UAE, Kuwait, and other countries. India have traditionally had relations with these countries. India depends upon the mineral oil coming from West Asia. We get modern technology for agriculture and defense equipment from Israel. Also, many Indians live in Israel for their job or business. They also make a major contribution to our economy. So, the main objective of India's foreign policy is to maintain friendly relations with all the nation and help each other so as to bring about development of India as well as other nations. So why they are making friendly relation? For the peace and cooperation and for the development of India as well as other nation. So by this we have come to an end of this chapter 5, India and other countries. Thank you.